Hi, I'm Kate Slabosky, and every day on the first day of school, I like to tell my 7th grade students that I have worms. So, yeah. But I don't keep these worms in my body. I keep them in a box at Central Middle School where I teach science, and I want to tell you about why you should keep worms in a box so you can turn your food into compost, because it's pretty great. So worms are amazing pets. They don't have eyes. They are hermaphrodites, so when they reproduce, it looks like that. Their digestive systems are pretty great. There's lots of different types of worms. In the animal kingdom, it's divided into phyla, and there's actually 3 phyla that are considered worms, but I only keep one kind of worm. The other ones are often parasites. The first phylum is Platyhelminthes, and those include flatworms like tapeworms and marine flatworms. And nematodes are the soil nematodes and hookworms, which you don't want to get. But I keep worms in the phylum Annelida, so that includes the bloodsuckers like leeches that are in lakes, and then the dirt crawlers. That's what I have in my box, and that includes earthworms and red wigglers, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. Red wigglers, the one on the left is the one that I keep in my box, and they're a little smaller and a little more red than the common earthworm that you'd find in your yard, and they're really great because of their digestive system. So you might not know, but inside of you right now, you have 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria and fungus and other microorganisms helping you digest, and so do worms have a lot of that too. When they eat your food waste or whatever they eat, they don't absorb a lot of their food, but they pass it through and they release these casts, and that's what I collect. And there's bacteria inside of them that release the nutrients that you can then use for your plants and your garden. But they're also great pets because they're really cool to look at, and like, I don't know, I just show them to my kids. They are hermaphrodites, which means they have a male and female reproductive system in one worm. So when they reproduce, there's 2 sites of reproduction. The clitellum is like that band around the worms that you see, and that's where they release their cocoons, where the worms emerge, and you can watch that all happen in your very own worm bin. So that's why you should get one. Also, if you're a little weird, you could experiment with cutting your worms and seeing if they're going to regenerate. Depending on where you cut them, they might grow a new head or a new tail, or maybe 2 new worms altogether. Probably not, though. So now you really want worms, right? Yeah! Okay. So I'm going to tell you about how easy it is. It's like really, really, really easy to keep a worm bin and to like make a worm bin and to keep the worm bin. It's all very easy. All you need is 2 big bins to keep your worms, or keep the worms in one bin and then collect the juices in the second bin, and put a lid on top. And then you need a drill to drill holes in it, but you only need the drill for like 5 minutes, so you don't have to own one. And you just drill holes in the top lid, and then you drill holes in the first bin that you're going to keep on top. And then don't drill holes in the bottom bin unless you want everything to leak everywhere. So that's all you have to do to build the bin. And then when you, what you're going to put inside is you need to get a couple pounds of worms. You could get them from someone like me who has worms, or you could buy them online. And then you need food scraps and a handful of soil to get their digestive systems going. And then you put damp shredded newspaper on top. Don't give them meat or cheese unless you want it to smell really bad. And don't give them onions or citrus fruit because it's too acidic and that will kill them. So you don't want to kill them because they're your pets. And then all you have to do to keep up is once a week give them some food scraps, maybe put 1 newspaper's worth of newspaper on top once a month, and then you get to collect the compost, which is awesome. What you're going to do is you're going to dig through the worms and you're going to collect their poop, which is on top, and then in the bottom bin you will have been collecting this stuff called worm juice, which is basically the drippings from their poop. So that's how you And then you can put that in your soil with your plants. So again, I teach science over at Central Middle School, and that's where I keep my worm compost bin. So if you want to find out more, in a couple weeks we're going to have Worm Week at school. So thank you.